The following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO Bros' opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
Awkward silence.
Bring us up.
Awkward silence.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MLO Bros Thursday show. Today we have Matthew McClure from Youngstown Clothing Company. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Before we get started, everybody, make sure to check out down below. You have tonight's sponsors. Number one is Valley Insurance Group, and the second one is BC Heating and Plumbing. Check them out, and we are off. So, Matt, where are you from, man? What's your story? Give us your background before we dive into other stuff, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm a Struthers guy. I know you got that pulling hat on right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I always feel a little uneasy.
Jittery.
Yeah. Would you drive over here? Would you drive to our studio? We're like, oh my God, I got to get a
He's
speeding
like,
ticket.
he just drives in.
I got a brake light on.
Yeah, exactly. Get it pulled over.
50-50, I'm getting pulled over. But yeah, born and raised in Struthers. Went to Mooney for a couple years. Ended up finishing up back at Struthers my junior and senior year. Graduated in 2000, and just
Yeah. So when did you start? Were you always interested in clothes and making and designing clothes and stuff like that?
How old were you? Yeah.
So it started for me, and I think a lot of kids when they're in high school do this, but like for me, when I was like a junior and senior, you guys remember the Village on Mahoning, the thrift store? It was a large thrift store.
Okay.
It's not there anymore, but we used to go and scour, and that's kind of what got me into like vintage tees and collecting and all that stuff. So like back even to when I was in high school, that's when it kind of started with like me and my friends. We would find cool stuff, love to put them in our collection.
What are you looking for exactly as a kid? What are they, like
back in the day, it was
t-shirts?
like Dare, remember Dare to keep kids off drugs? They would have some of those. You would find some old school like New York music, like just all like even like odd family reunion type, like that type shirts that were like cool or whatever. So that's kind of what like got me into it. Yeah. And they used to do this whatever day they would have different tags, orange, blue tag, and whatever day every shirt would be tagged with a certain color, and then 50% off on top of whatever it already was. So we just used to go up there and look around, and that's kind of what got me into the whole vintage t-shirts when I was younger, and then just kind of always kind of stuck with it and go to different thrift stores here and there, and that type stuff. But that's kind of what got me into in the beginning.
So when did you start making shirts?
So we started making shirts. We launched our website in 2016. So at the time after I graduated YSU, which was in like 06, 07, I got a job in Columbus, was down there for a little while, knew that there were a lot of Youngstown people down there as well. And then I would see like just other big cities, Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, they would have this version of like local vintage inspired t-shirts that like, and I just felt like Youngstown needed to be represented as well. I knew that like, for me, I was a bartender in Columbus. I would love, I'd wear one, and then I would end up meeting a bunch of people that were also, I went to Campfield, or, met so many friends that way. So, that was 2016 was when we launched a little website. My sister-in-law and I put together like 5 or 6 designs. Coincidentally, that was right around the time the Youngstown Flea started. So perfect. I was still living down there, but I was back and forth a lot. We would come up here, we would do pop-ups. And then that first year too was when we would do a holiday pop-up in the mall. We would get a little kiosk, and we would set up shop there. I would take some time away from my full-time job, come back here for November and December, set up at the kiosk, and we did that for a number of years, probably like 3 years, 4 years. And then in 2019, that's when the old Journeys in the Southern Park Mall became available, and we kind of took the leap from the kiosk to the inline store there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how
When you were started with your shirts, your Youngstown shirts, what were your original designs? You remember?
I do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So we had, being from Struthers, we would always take like Wildcat. It doesn't have to be a Wildcat, but like we'll take variations of tigers or like things like that to like use as our logo. So we had a logo tee that we came up with. It was kind of like Wildcat-ish inspired.
Yeah.
We did this Ohio. So we took Youngstown, Ohio. We put it together, called it Ohio.
Nice.
And
I have that picture on my computer. Hold on.
Nah,
From the back of the mall. On the back of the mall.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
They
Ohio.
did end up doing a mural on the mall as well.
Do present, Isaac. You can pull it up and share it. Hit present.
Oh, okay.
That was definitely one of our first ones.
Yeah, keep talking, guys. I'll find it.
No, and also with the with the rich boxing history, we initially did Youngstown City of Champions.
I'm sorry, brand, Isaac. Do the brand and just pull it over that way.
Yep.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So City of Champions, Youngstown City of Champions with the boxing gloves on it, just as a tribute to, we're not
boxing,
a major city, but we've had more boxing title holders than any other major city around. So, it was a good mix of those couple things. We had a logo tee, the Ohio tee, City of Champs. I think we did like an old school Youngstown Pride.
Yeah. Dude, I remember that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the old basketball
team. Yeah.
Yep. From the 90s, WBL.
Yep.
Did one of those. And that was kind of what we started with.
And then, so you have your kiosk, you guys go into the thing, and then like the designs. I love I love the classic designs. I love
the Ohio.
Yeah, the Ohio. There he is. There's Pat. There's our boy Pat.
Yeah. He did it, man. He did a great job with that too. That was awesome. We were happy with that.
Like the hills, like you came
I can remember going with my mom and stuff to Lincoln Knowles Plaza, the hills there. We haven't done a hill shirt. We do get some requests from
I was going to say, right, that would be one.
Exactly,
like name some like that. Name some of those nostalgic ones that you have now.
So nostalgic, like, we've definitely done like the hard hats. Hard
hats?
Youngstown hard hat. Mahoney. Wait, now I'm blanking. It was the hard hats. They were a semi-pro football team, but a lot of good talent, guys that come out of high school, very good, didn't go to college, but it was a semi-pro team.
Yeah.
Did you know
They were pretty legit, had a lot of good players. They were some of the nostalgic stuff we did.
Why the hell were we the hard hats? Come on, guys.
The hard hats is
I don't know where the name came from, but they were a team for like a long time. I think at least like 15, 20 years.
That's cool.
Semi-pro. They did their thing in whatever league they were in. I know that a lot of good talent came through that team. Definitely.
All right.
That's another one.
Do you guys have the Mill Creek Park stuff, right? That's you guys?
Yeah. So the Mill Creek
Do you ever see those?
Parks collection.
Yes.
I love that. I gotta go get some of that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Mill Creek Park. Those are sweet. What are some of your more popular items?
So like how you mentioned with Mill Creek Park. So we have this thing called the Donation Jar, which is we work with a lot of local businesses like family-owned staple businesses that have been around forever.
Yeah.
Handles, DeRusso, Schwabels, Mill Creek Metro Parks is one of them. We got Wedgwood Pizza and some other ones. So what we did, because we knew from the beginning, we always wanted to do something where we kind of worked with these businesses, but then also like teamed up with them to like give a portion of the proceeds back to like a local charity. So that's how the Donation Jar works is we'll work with a local staple business that we grew up, admiring and things like that. And then they'll select, rather than give them royalties directly, they'll select a local charity. So we're able to work with like the United Way, Second Harvest Food Bank. So like what you said, Mill Creek Metro Parks, with them being nonprofit and having their own, it's 10% of all. We did that was our biggest Donation Jar collection.
Oh, it had to be.
Originally probably like 8 or 9 different shirts. We had like Glacier, We had your original Mill
The
Creek.
the golf course, there was one,
Yeah,
right?
We got 2
Yeah.
golf course,
Yeah,
short
yeah.
holes club champion tee from, back then. And that's kind of how that works, is that 10% goes directly to the park. And
That's
yearly
awesome.
we cut checks.
I- The reason I remember that is I bought 4 of the par 3 golf, the
Club
par 3,
champion.
the club champion
Yeah.
par 3 for Uncle Matt and Uncle Mark,
Yeah.
because we all grew up golfing there.
Oh,
So we bought a bunch of those for Christmas. I think it was last year. I went into the store and bought a bunch of those.
nice.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
Nice.
start.
I'm glad you like
Yeah,
that.
oh, they're awesome.
The quality of the shirts are amazing. I mean, and the hoodies, everybody loves them.
Yeah.
Everybody who got them as a gift. I think you got me a hoodie that year
Oh,
from them
dude.
too, as well.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about you guys.
I'm like I said, I think I'm gonna change my
Yeah.
wardrobe over.
Just all
Youngstown clothing.
Youngstown
I'm gonna
clothing.
just change my. I mean,
That'd be sweet.
nobody cares what I wear at this point. It doesn't matter.
That would be sweet.
So we got
Appreciate
people
it.
saying
I'm glad
hi.
you guys noticed.
Yeah.
That was a
Absolutely.
big thing for us from the beginning too, was that we knew we wanted to do this, but we also knew that we wanted it to be on Made in USA t-shirts,
Yep.
printed locally, top quality. We wanted it,
It's the material.
they-
It really
Yeah,
is.
it's the
Yeah, it
material.
It really
It's
is.
the
And,
thing,
and
yeah.
that's what I try to tell people. It's think about cost per use, or they cost a little bit more than your standard, $10, $15 t-shirt,
Yeah.
but they retain their shape.
Yes.
They don't stretch, they don't shrink, the necks don't,
Yeah.
the sleeves, all
Right.
that stuff.
Being-
So that was big for us.
Being a
always.
tall guy, my problem is the shirts always shrink up.
Yeah.
So like they become
Well,
belly shirts.
Well, what happens with me is my arms
Yeah.
and my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they shrink and I
Can't
can't
stand
forget.
it.
I can't
Yeah.
wear them anymore.
Frustrating.
Exactly. It's very frustrating.
I mentioned it to you tonight when we were downtown at the event, but with Pat. So the cool thing, I had him on 2 weeks ago, and the cool thing about you two is you were the guy that gave Pat a shot.
Well, it's just one of those things. Everything that's meant to be will be. I had met Pat initially. He was doing that. What was the boxing thing that it's somewhat affiliated with, like Barstool? The
Rough and Rowdy.
Rough and Rowdy.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was doing Rough and Rowdy, and I had met him before from when
He
we
did Rough and
pop-up.
Rowdy?
Oh yeah, if you haven't, I don't know.
He's a
what
boxer?
video.
Did he win?
He's not a boxer. but
They just
did
take
the-
random people and let them fight. That's what Barstool Rough and Rowdy is.
Really?
Hey, do you want to box someone? Yeah. Do you want to box someone? Yeah. Boom. Fight.
Really?
And
Yeah.
they came down when it was.
They did that in
something
Youngstown?
else- Something else
Yeah.
was going on at the time. It was like during like the Greater Youngstown Italian Fest or something like that.
Why have I
But
never
they
heard of
came
that?
Here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's worth it. Find that clip. I know I have it somewhere.
So he
Pat
fought somebody?
did- oh yeah,
He-
he boxed in the.
Did he
in
beat the
event.
crap out of the guy?
Pat did our, like the boxing in this area. He did our area proud.
Really?
He handled
That a
it
boy,
so
Pat.
humbly. He went out. He did his thing. Like
He is a humble dude.
Yeah,
He was not
yeah.
one to brag. No.
Whoever he was up against, he did his thing. But he kind of reached out, and we had talked to each other when it was going on, and we back to that City of Champions shirt.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, I'm doing this." I was like, "Oh, will you wear one of these shirts?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. You come out, wear this Youngstown City of Champs shirt." So he did. We got together, we met. Super cool dude, like Pat a lot. He's, from Mooney as well, quite a bit younger than myself, but that's kind of when our, relationship started. And I
Awesome.
knew him from his like training days at the train station when he was
Yeah.
training there. And so he wore the shirt that night, and then, just kind of been friends since, and ran into him one day, knew he was like a very, artistic dude. Like, talk about your renaissance. He knocks a dude out, but he's also very, very artistic. Like,
Yeah.
and just ran into him at, like I was talking to you earlier, at Sweet Melissa's, and we had just moved into the mall spot, and my sister-in-law and I ran into him and said, "Hey, we're looking for something in our store that, we got to do something, that,
Yeah.
mural," and he was like, "Oh, okay." And we just gave him like skyline, we want to do a skyline mural.
Yeah.
He came in, he knocked it out of the park like he does with, all of his murals. And
But that was one of his first
that was
big
his
ones.
first one.
He's
That
like,
was his
yeah,
first one.
he says,
And
he comes in
overall-
here, he's like, I got to give credit to Matt because he was the first
Impressive.
one who let me do a big mural on
Yeah.
the back of his. He's like, I'm just starting out, and this guy lets me put my first big one up on the back of his wall. He gave me the shot, and then everybody followed suit because
Saw
of
it and
him.
went from
He
there.
came
That's
in,
awesome.
awesome.
He did a time-lapse video. He had his overalls on. He came
Yeah.
in over a couple days, knocked it out of
Yeah.
park, and he really did. He did an awesome
And then this
job
was
with it. And then that's where
his
overall
design,
where it
but
came
then
from.
these both of you guys are both super humble, because then they were giving the news and everybody was kind of giving Pat all the credit for this.
Mhm.
And on the podcast he's talking about it, and Pat's like, yeah, it's Matt, that's Matt's design.
Yeah,
Matt's
right, yeah,
design.
yeah.
But like all he wanted, he's like, all you wanted was like just Youngstown Clothing Company in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
He's like, and then I get all the credit. I'm the one who's on the news. And he's like, this guy, like, I put this on the back of the mall. He's like, this guy made me who I am, and he doesn't even want any credit for it.
Poor friggin' Pat. So he does that, right? And then he puts the one on the front of the mall, and he
Yes.
gets just completely destroyed for doing that. He's like, dude, I just painted the one on the front
Yeah,
of the mall.
I
It's just
remember
like,
that too.
Yeah.
All the
And
stink that caused.
That's what Pat said when he got in here too. Go back and watch it if you haven't, guys. He's basically like, I don't care, because he's like, I was just the one they hired to paint it up there. I didn't come up with the design. I
Yeah,
could care
right.
less. I'm just.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
like, I care, but I don't care because they paid
paid
me.
me to
It's
do it.
my
Yeah,
it's a
right.
job. I didn't
Yeah.
make the design.
Yeah.
And then he's like, who I do feel bad for is, he's like, he walked into the mall like when he finished it and all that article came out. He's like the owner of the building and the
Yeah.
guy who runs the property management.
Washington or whatever.
Yeah,
Prime
Washington
or-
Prime Group
yeah.
is like crying. He's like, that's what you feel bad. You feel bad for that guy.
Because he got freaking put this trying to do the city right. We just spit on him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's that
What-
whole for
Well,
sure.
While we're talking about the mall, let's talk about, what do you think of the mall?
They've been great to me since, like I talked about, like our original days
Yeah.
when I went to them and said, hey, like I've got some t-shirts. We do some pop-ups in the area. We do the Youngstown Flea. I'm not here full time, but I would love the opportunity to be able to showcase
Right.
my stuff,
And they let you in
it's
there.
busy. And they did, and they've worked with us ever since.
Yeah.
They understand we're not a big box store.
Yeah.
We're not your national retailer. So, I tip my cap to them, and I'm forever will be appreciative
Awesome.
for them for giving me the
That's-
opportunity.
That's awesome.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you were kind of in the, like, when the mall was kind of going downward, and then you kind of invested when it was like at the bottom, and then it started to come back, right?
Yeah, I think malls in general, at
Yes.
that time it was like 2016. We're talking pre-pandemic and
Yeah.
everything like that. Malls in general were losing more to like the outdoor shopping centers that had more
Yes.
like, you could bring the family, you could have a beer, you could walk around, that type stuff. And they were just trying to find like, what's next for malls, because
Yeah.
the big box just chain store,
Yeah.
that model just really was starting to go away, just because with such a local pride, local shop,
Yeah.
local, all that like push started happening, I feel like around that time. So I feel like, it was very beneficial for us to be allowed to go in there and do that stuff. But then I also feel like we were one of the first like non-big,
Yes.
Yeah.
big box retailers to go in there
Yeah.
and kind of say, hey, we're local, we're a small family business from this area, we're spreading Youngstown pride one shirt at a time.
Yep.
Right.
So I'll forever be grateful to the mall for allowing us and understanding in that beginning time, hey, we're just starting this.
I try and avoid the mall like the plague.
I get it.
It's
That's
just me.
fair enough. Well,
Um,
I hear you.
Is it packed right now?
It's busy.
Is it busy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're 2 weeks
It's
before
cool to
Christmas,
see it
right?
coming back.
Yeah,
It's really
I
cool to
feel
see
like
that
even more so, like I can't speak for other malls, but like this Southern Park, and I'm sure Eastwood too, like just that whole nostalgia factor.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I feel
Really?
like
Oh, yeah.
people, you're in town, you used to go to the mall shopping when you were in 8th grade, hanging around with your friends
Yep.
like Christmas
Oh
time.
yeah, dude.
It's
Absolutely.
just something that, that nostalgia gets hit.
Yeah, you're a little younger than me. I can remember the mall, like they had fountains.
Yes. Yeah.
They had fountain. Remember the fountains?
Penny,
they had
yeah.
fountains. Yeah, the penny, and they had,
The
there was
dolphin fountain in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. There was all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. This was before that. It was
Yeah.
nice. I mean, it was the place to go. I mean, it's where you went.
Yeah.
And it is nice to come because it was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, the last, he said 17, 18, there were not a lot of stores left. In that,
Yeah,
in
it
that
was.
mall.
I think it was tough. A lot of these malls were like realizing you had to, adapt and
Yep.
continue to figure out what's next. And I think that was like, a large part of that, and like learning to get some new local stuff in there.
Yeah, for sure.
All that. But I think how cool too, though, just the fact that like strip mall or shopping malls in general, DeBartolo, Southern Park, like when you go back in the history of malls, like
one of the first ones. Yeah, it's crazy.
Lisa
It's crazy.
Lisa says Youngstown Clothing is the only reason I go to the mall.
There you go.
Thank you, Lisa.
So with that being said, do you guys deliver?
We do local pickup. We do, like, we ship online.
So I can order online and ship.
I like to feel like we're like Amazon. Them orders come in and they're out that same day.
That's what I'm going to do. I would rather have him ship to Poland than drive.
But if you place your order before postman comes to pick the stuff up, it'll be out that day and it'll be in your mailbox within 2 days.
Is that bad? Cool. Is that bad? I'd rather do that than go to the mall.
I don't blame you.
It's
one bit.
okay.
Is
that all right? Is that all right,
Some
Matt?
people-
I don't want
some
to
people
hurt your
love it,
feelings.
Some people hate it.
That's
What's that?
absolutely
No,
okay.
some people love the mall. Some people hate the mall. It just is what it is. Like
I just like the thought of driving down 224 right now makes me want to cry.
oh, dude, it's bad. It is bad.
Like driving down
224
right now.
is basically a death sentence.
It's like you better give yourself
ain't
a half
kidding.
hour. That's all I'm
You know what I
saying.
always thought they should do at the mall, especially when it was really bad and they were like shutting down stores. I always thought they should make the like main areas of the mall like a greenhouse and then pump heat into it and make it like outdoor inside so that during the wintertime when it's cold, people can walk around in there and they feel like it's outside.
That's a great idea.
I always thought, but that is gotta be expensive.
That's a great idea.
That is gotta be
That's
expensive.
a great idea.
And then like make it like put doors on the stores inside so that it's literally like that part of the mall's outside.
That's a great idea.
Plant trees and stuff or whatever.
Great idea.
Absolutely. And I think they're working on, like, they did the new Steel Valley Brew Works, the new double bogies, but like the next phase, I believe, is going to be in the front where like the food court is, and they're going to have some outward facing retailers, restaurants where it's part of the mall, but it's not necessarily like you got to go inside the mall to get to it.
What's that one?
Rob Simon says, any chance to get a remake of the old designs? My Poland versus Canfield shirt is worn out.
So if
Battle of 224,
if somebody sent you a design, can you redo it?
oh, we take requests and suggestions all the time, and just that one that he's talking about specifically. So like I told you earlier, we did like,
he's talking about the design you did.
We've done this before. And, we did some old city series, like your Wilson, your Cheney, East, South, North. We've done a lot of those, but the one he's referring to, we did the Holy War, which was Mooney Ursuline.
Yep.
And we got the Cardinal squaring off against.
I think I saw that. I remember that one. Yep.
And then we also did a Battle of 224 with the road sign, and it had the Cardinal and the Bulldog squaring off.
I think I saw that too.
Few years back, they like stopped. It was like
they stopped playing.
Right?
Yeah,
they stopped playing, and then we kind of let it go.
Yep.
But
I got
one of these days we'll bring it back.
I got a good question for you.
Sure.
So, how many requests? What's the number of shirts you have to make before you can make one? Like how many?
So, if we wanted to order some MLO Bro shirts,
no. My question is: so how many people do we have to get to write requests for you to make MLO Bros merch in your store?
Well, I'm glad you brought this up too, because this is the whole nother facet that we're and we've been on the cusp of it for a while. We've done a few like where it doesn't necessarily fall under the category of the donation jar.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to think of one. Oh, Catulos.
Yeah.
Meats.
Primates.
So Danny had reached out, and we didn't necessarily sell them in our store, but he, it's like 70 some shirts around there. That's what we like to, so it's worth the screens and all that stuff. Oh yeah. With many, you guys give them out, do giveaways. We'll do a giveaway together.
We did how many shirts did we order the one time? We had like 200.
Yeah, we had a bunch.
And they were gone.
We raised $4,000 for everything Poland.
With shirts and stuff.
Or for Celebrate Poland that one time from the shirts.
Yeah. From the shirts.
So you guys, there was an event going on. You guys put together, designed, did a
the thing is, it was all garbage, like Vistaprint shirts.
So he's gonna have like a
that we just marked up.
Oh,
and
why couldn't we met a while ago?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do it. We'll get it.
Collected a bunch of money from it and then donated all the money.
That was like
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And people, I'm sure, were happy to they knew it was going for the donation.
Yeah,
they wanted to support it, but
it was all about the donation. Like the shirts were just basically garbage,
Yeah.
So
And I say like now, like not, I'm like a t-shirt snob, but like I like the good quality. And like, that's the thing. That's cool. I seen that as your guys'
So
cover.
we had this on shirts.
What's the riffraff? Where's that come from?
So where
do you want to explain it to
good
him?
question. Good question. So there was in our everything, we started the everything group. So like everything Youngstown, everything Poland, everything Canfield, that's us. But our original one was everything Poland. And I said, the village of Poland doesn't have a nice restaurant. It just recently got the breakfast spot, House of Benny's. So there's no like nice place you can go. And I want a place in the village because it's very historical and feels very small. It feels like a small town, like from a Hallmark movie. And I want like a nice restaurant where you can go have a glass of wine and a like steak or something, like a nice dinner, like a nice restaurant in the village. And I posted that up on everything Poland. And how I worded it wrong. I said, maybe make it like $20 to $30 a plate to keep out the riffraff is what I said. Yeah. So then all these Poland, like, Karen ladies are like, how dare, what exactly is riffraff? What are you trying to say?
What do you mean riffraff?
Who are you trying to keep out? What are you trying to do? What is wrong with you? You're a monster. And it was hysterical. So then from there, the MLO bros grew, everything Poland grew, and it just became like people understood that we're just joking around. Like I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like I want a nice restaurant in Poland. That's what I mean.
People were defending him and saying like, if that is what, like, if you people are saying like riffraff this, I'm riffraff. So like it turned into, so that we ended up saying like, people are like, I watch the MLO bros. We're riffraff. We are riffraff. Like that. That's what it turned into. It turned into a badge of honor. Yeah. Exactly.
So everybody who watched us and supported us and in the community group of everything Poland became the riffraff.
So we put you guys all remember this. We put this on hoodies. We put this on shirts, but it was all Vista print. And they sold.
Yeah.
I mean, gone.
Awesome.
I mean, probably 150, 200
But the thing
shirts,
is, I don't know if that design or something else, or I don't know. I mean,
you're saying something
in the future. I don't know what we could do, but it's.
Oh, I absolutely think that, we could definitely get something together, do something with a giveaway, but and that's back to what I was originally saying. We were hoping and we were hoping to have it before all like the shortages and everything last year and all that, but we wanted to do custom stuff where we want to have a custom program where if you want some custom tees, we'll come up with the design for you. And we're hoping to have that like by next year.
That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet if we could do that for sure.
Very good idea.
Because the problem is it's like the design is the hardest part for me. Like it's like I know in my head what I want, but it's relaying it out.
Correct.
Yeah. And you said we were before off the air, you were talking, you work together with Gorilla Joe.
They print.
And they print some of the stuff. And I've sent them stuff before.
Yeah.
And they've done, I mean, it's like they literally like go into your head and like pull off. That's what I mean, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
No, I hear you. Because in the beginning we did a lot of the designing like in-house and that's the stuff that really people gravitate to and like a lot is the simple minimal design.
100%.
Youngstown, Ohio, just a clean, nice design. But at the, where we've gotten to the point, we work with designers too, but also still it's always like you said, because I'm not an artist. I have that mind's eye and I know what I want. So we'll put together like a lot of like creative briefs and work with some local artists and things like that to like get designs.
That's cool.
Catherine Betos would like to know who
who's your favorite employee?
Katie.
Yeah.
Katie. Hi.
Katie.
She worked. Yeah, she's great.
That is right. It's Betos' sister, right?
Yep.
And then Gracie from Youngstown Pizza Reviews worked there.
Yep, she worked there for a while. She made a guest appearance when she was home from Robert Morris over Thanksgiving. Helped us out.
Did she help?
Oh yeah,
she brought her back on. She seems like she would just sit around and not do anything.
I'll tell you though, Gracie was good. She knew, and I'll tell you what. And I don't know if it's because her dad like loves Jeremy, like loves the shirts, and so many of them. She like she blew me away after like 3 days. Like people would say like an obscure design and she knew what they were asking for.
Really?
She knew the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeremy's such a cheap ass though. He's like Gracie, go work there for 2 shifts so that I can get the discount. Yeah, that freaking cheap ass.
Yeah.
He's like I want 10 shirts, so go work there for 2 shifts.
Right.
I want the discount. That is Jeremy.
He's been such a supporter for so long though that I think beforehand I told him like, and when he started with the Youngstown Pizza Review, I was such a fan of that, and he did such a good job with it. He likes our stuff, so I'm like, please,
Aaron's.
Your employees are fighting.
You, Katie.
Is that the
Aaron Walker?
All right, I think I know him too. Used to be a pitcher, played for like Georgia Tech, maybe.
I don't know.
Right, yeah.
But
Katie though.
Very
What's up, Katie?
So what I always like to, we hear about, stores. What are some things owning a clothing store that are difficult? You gotta face, you know what I mean? Like customer, is it a customer? It's gotta be pain in the ass customers.
Well, it's not that, because anybody that, is wants to come in and spend their money with us, I'm happy to, accommodate them however I can. I would say it's just the fact that it's a daily grind like anything else. Like when you're dealing B2B, or like you have things come up, or where it's like you would think like you're a business dealing with a business, you do a lot of business together, but like how are things, how do problems arise? How do, this didn't come through?
It's not always smooth.
Not smooth. We were supposed to have this stuff in November and we didn't get it till March. Or,
right.
Certain things like that. But when it comes to customers, I'm always happy to and I love when people come in and they want to talk about some of the old nostalgic stuff, like even a little before my time, like Idora Park. Because I'm always like spinning the wheels, like, what's the next, how can we're always doing research, we're always doing that.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, it's none of that type stuff, but it's really just your daily grind like anything else.
That's a job.
It's
work. That's why they call it work.
I'll tell you what, you guys are very good at when an event happens. You guys jump on it, and it's like the first thing I see. Pops up
no
on
doubt.
media.
No doubt.
Like the South Range and Canfield won the state championship, and then Saturday morning I wake up, check my phone, and there's on social media Youngstown Clothing Company shirts. I'm like, I'm getting a shirt because I'm a South Range grad. So you guys are very good at do you plan that out? Are you planning the shirts before they even hit the championship? If they win the championship, this is the shirt we're going to make.
Sure. So, a lot of times there isn't many situations that arise where we do pre-sales.
Yeah.
But with something like this, where we knew we had 2 public schools going into state title game, and the area hasn't had a public school win a state title since Poland back in 99.
Something like 99.
Yeah, they were 16-0. South Range was the first one to do it since them.
That's crazy.
22 years.
Yeah.
So definitely we're aware of everything going on, and we knew so we had those designs queued up and ready to go. And then literally right after the game, South Range was in the morning, had that posted right after, within an hour after the game.
It's awesome.
A pre-sale.
It's
it won't be here for a week, but we're taking orders now. And they'll be shipped by the following weekend. And so that type of scenario doesn't arise too often, like with the pre-sale, but we do try to stay as involved in knowing what's going on and when there's opportunities arising. And so we definitely try to stay on top of that.
It's impressive. It's impressive and a really good marketing and advertising, because if it's a good enough shirt and people like the design enough, and then they have the school spirit of South Range, you just have people just share it, and then it explodes because of all the and that's
power of social media, baby.
That is what builds
builds
the brand.
The ones, because everyday run of the mill. This is one of our new ones, but this isn't going to be something that's shared hundreds of times or anything like that. But, and like I was telling you guys earlier, we started in the beginning, we did a lot of the city series, the older Raymond, those type schools. But with something like that, we want to be involved. We want to make the shirts. We want to have them ready to go. And then that's just one of those things where now that we've come a little bit and got a little bit of a following, you know, because for those couple years after, you know, it was like small markets in a small, you know, so it was tough. Like, but now, like last year around the holidays is when we revisited for the first time. We did them, but we're so limited on space, we could only do one shirt for each school. We did a Struthers. We've done Canfield, you know, all those, but we don't have the room to really like do a full collection where we got hoodies and t-shirts and joggers. And
you were talking about collections for schools though. You said you're going to start doing that or looking into doing that, like full blown collections for each school.
Yep. We did our first one just within the past like month or so with Fitch.
Okay.
I had one of the coaches from there reach out, and they liked what we did, and we had done a Fitch shirt or two in the past, and they were getting their local school, like the Spirit, the Falcons Nest.
Cool.
They were going to get that back going, and they had reached out to us and said, hey, would you guys want to do like, you know, more than one shirt? We'll wholesale some shirts from you. We'll sell them in the school. You guys sell them at the store as well. And ever since we did that one, that was a really popular collection. People really liked it. We had South Range reach out. We had my alma mater reach out, which I'm super pumped to do like a Struthers collection.
Yeah.
So now we definitely want to be affiliated with any school that would like for us to work together with them. Yeah. We definitely want.
All right, schools, you heard that.
Made to order type thing.
Yeah, kind of. And then we work together over the design, you know, the design process back and forth with them. We'll come up with some designs. We'll send them over.
Cat's claiming you.
Cat says,
hey, Mayor.
Yeah, Mayor Cat says, we claim Matt. He's Struthers.
That's right.
Are we due for a Mayor Cat meeting again?
I think we are.
I think we're.
Is she mad at us? She might be mad at us.
Mayor Cat, are you mad at us right now? Or are you happy with us? We get confused sometimes. We forget.
It's interesting how whenever we have someone that even sort of kind of almost barely is a Struthers person, Mayor Cat watches the show and is like, yeah, he's one of ours. We'll take him. He's on our team.
She has a cup. Struthers guy. Hey, Siri, watch the MLO Bros, 8:30 Thursday.
I don't know if you guys remember. She was a baller back in
we played basketball against her. We played Pig. Oh, she loves us. We're good.
Okay, good.
Yep.
She
played at Capital too.
Yeah, she's
she's
tough.
And played down there.
Oh yeah,
she was a good athlete.
She played pig with her or horse with her down in Struthers at Joe Fresh's basketball court. She comes out hot, drains a three to start the horse. We beat her, but still.
Yep. She had the half court she lived on Brandon Street. I remember because she was a class behind me in school. Yeah. And her parents put in like a basketball court, and she just
that's how you know they're good.
That's how you
know your kid's gonna be good.
That's how athletes are made.
And hoop all the time back in middle school, high school. Yeah, definitely.
We always said, like, when I saw Kat the other day, I said, you know what Kat's like?
Antoine says, my man, what up?
Yeah. Antoine says, what's up?
Oh yeah, he's doing some big things he's a Fitch guy. Okay. He's been in like a lot of like prime movies. He's on the Young Rock. He play on NBC, yes. He'd be a good guy for
Antoine, you want to come on the show?
Dude, that's a cool one.
Yeah, he's on NBC. He plays The Rock's dad's tag team partner. When The Rock was growing up.
Is he in Youngstown or is he in?
He's around. He's like, he's
Antoine. Message us, man. Tell us the next time we'll have you on the show. That'd be awesome.
Message the MLO Bros when you're in town. If you're traveling around. We'll work around your schedule,
That'd be sweet. Love to have you on.
To get the people of Youngstown an idea of what all goes into that.
Yeah. Could you imagine? I don't know the first thing about that.
Could
you imagine having it?
He's got, I know a lot of like some movies under his belt that are available on Amazon, some action stuff.
He'll do that. Yeah. Message us, man. We'd love to.
Former boxer.
Thanks, Antoine. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. We'll have you on the show and we'll talk. That'd be sweet. Kat's not mad. So anyways, Kat's like our sister. This is what we've done. So like we will literally, her and I like bicker back and forth, and then it'd be like, okay, whatever. Like seriously, I enjoyed making her crazy sometimes.
Well, our sister Leanna, what year did Mayor Kat graduate?
She graduated in 2001. I graduated in 2000.
So she's the same
Leanna
age as
was 2000.
Yeah.
And she's in South Range Hall of Fame for basketball.
Yeah.
She was very good as well. So, it reminds us a lot of
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But oh my gosh, where were we? So do you think it'll ever get to the point where you'll have like your own print and be able to do like somebody wants to order a small group of shirts and you can just pump them out real quick, no problem, and do that? Or do you not?
Is there any money in that though?
Well, like
small...
anything, like the more, because there's a lot that goes into screen setups and all that stuff. So when people ask for, they want like 4 or 5 shirts, that's like tough because, you got to set up the screens, all that
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But we are hoping to get to a point where we continue to grow, hoping to learn about screen printing, like that type stuff, always looking for buildings and, what's the next step for us.
Right.
But definitely custom is one of those avenues for us. But like, we're in that 48 to 72 range ballpark for, for us to do a shirt. It's kind of got to be like
to make sense. That makes sense.
Or are you gonna lean into like the brand aspect of it and go like the big brand name where you're like pumping out like sports clothing or something like Nike or Adidas or something, and it just has Youngstown on it,
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's just, I think honestly, if it's celebrating Youngstown, if it's something cool that we enjoy and want to be, affiliated with, like we're all for it,
cool.
Like, and since we're a small family owned business, like we want to work with other small family owned businesses, little guys. And, that's us. And that's who we represent or who we identify with.
There you go.
Yeah. Antoine, what we can do for you, man, is we'll stream you in.
Yeah. We can stream
and
them
then
in.
You can just be, we'll have you off to the side and you can be from your computer when you're in Memphis. And we can
there we go.
So we'll be good.
Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be exciting.
Cool.
Dude, there you go, man. You got the hookup. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he just came in one day. I got to talking to him. Really cool dude.
Yeah.
Found out he was from Fitch. He used to box.
I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
We got to get a Youngstown Clothing Company shirt on the rock is what we got to do.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? He actually did. And matter of fact, he came in and got him a City of Champions, and him and his assistant or whatever. And I think he gifted him to him. So I don't know if
Rock's going to be we think he's a triple X.
He got him a double.
You got him a double. That's a big.
Yeah, the thing is,
dude.
he's pretty. He's big.
Look, he said I already did that.
Yeah.
That's a big freaking dude.
Give a shout out to Youngstown.
That's great.
Cool, man. So, oh my gosh. So for the future, I guess, anything that has anything to do with Youngstown, you're willing to support it and put it on your clothing.
Yeah, and that's our thing too. And the whole if it isn't downtown, it's not Youngstown. To me, I don't know, that mentality, living in Columbus after I graduated, got a job in Columbus, you kind of see those cities. It's oh, you're from a suburb or whatever, but you still identify when you go outside this place.
Thank you.
You identify with, I'm from because who's heard of Struthers? If you're, I'm 3 hours away, nobody, so everybody's identifying with, I'm from the Youngstown area. Yes, it's not, the city or the zip code exactly.
Yeah.
But we're all, it's the greater Youngstown area.
You all build and benefit off of each other. The suburbs benefit off of downtown. Downtown benefits off of the people from the suburbs. We all went down to the library.
I work downtown. Yeah. Our parents are from downtown. Yes.
We went to the Playhouse downtown. We went to Powers.
I will die on the hill.
Yeah.
Arguing with the people who say you're not from Youngstown. You should not call it you're from Youngstown. I will die on the hill saying those people are damaging Youngstown more than they are helping it. It is a us versus them mentality, and it's not how you get it done.
It feels I didn't know we had, so many geography buffs.
Yeah.
Where it's the line ends here, and that is not part of Youngstown. But if you go to Columbus,
it's Columbus.
It's Columbus. You're from this, but the greater area and all these places surrounding.
And the thing that's disappointing for me is it is some of the upstanding Youngstown citizens that say that, and it's not good. And I will argue with them till the freaking cows come home that it is damaging.
With the mural on the side of the mall where they were complaining about that, the argument was that like, oh, there was no steel made in Boardman. Well, there was no
Boardman Steel. I thought
That was the it was the headquarters is what it was. It was the headquarters.
So no steel was actually made in Boardman. Well, there was no steel in the steel mills weren't in Youngstown.
They were in Struthers and Camel.
Camel. Yeah, absolutely.
So their argument there is dead.
Yeah.
Like,
and two, our address at the mall is a Youngstown 44512.
Yeah.
Like,
and what was Youngstown known for? Youngstown was known for steel, but it wasn't in downtown.
Yeah.
It was in Struthers and Camel. So they're a part of Youngstown.
Yeah.
Like that
it's
is
the whole
Falcon
thing.
Foundry and Louisville. You got, all those
yeah.
other ones that were on the outskirts.
Yeah.
But like, yes, it's the whole
the greater Youngstown area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just, not divisive.
We
We're
are
all the
Youngstown.
same.
I've been saying that now for 2
Absolutely.
years.
So we ordered some shirts, sir.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, can we see our shirts?
My shirt on?
Absolutely.
We got shirts.
Did you get our double XL order?
Oh, you know it.
It's good to hear.
First, we'll start with these. A couple of these.
Ooh.
Hell yeah!
By the way, you guys know we're South Range.
South Range, baby.
Graduates.
16-0. Undefeated. I'm going to give these out as stocking stuffers. Heck yeah.
He gives you a gift.
I'm re-gifting this
Look
shit.
at these.
Yeah, that's why I gave you some
Look at
extras.
that, buddy.
That's sick.
So,
Oh,
there we
man.
go. That's the 1 XL. That's the pre-sale that we were just talking about.
Heck
Oh, dude,
yeah,
feel that.
baby.
Feel that.
That's such good material.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
Made in USA, and we sampled shirts for years before we
Maggie's gonna try
came
and get
across. That's your double XL, and then I got one for your wifey too.
Maggie is gonna try.
I hope Shelby's not watching. This is one of her Christmas gifts.
Oh.
She's not watching. She's not
It's a
watching
different
the show.
one.
Your
She's
wife is
not.
watching.
She's not a fan. Not a
Neither
fan.
my
That's
wife's
the
not.
large.
Maggie's gonna try and get her freaking grubby hands on this.
That
thing.
is so
I just-
cool, man. That is
Oh
awesome.
wow.
It's got that old school vibe while still.
So what kind of material is it?
It's a tri-blend. That one there, these hoodies,
They're so
they have that
soft.
nice heathering.
So
It gives it that like nice, like old vintage college
Yes,
type.
That's what I
Yes.
like. Yeah,
speckled
right.
gray.
Exactly.
Those are the ones we were always after when we were at the village.
I'm
Doing
not
our
cutting the
thrifting.
sleeves. He asked if I'm cutting the sleeves
sleeves off.
No, I'm not cutting the sleeves off of this.
That is
Nice.
so cool, man.
I'm so glad you guys like them, and we were so happy that people, enjoyed them. And
I'm
liked them,
actually going to
definitely.
be in the store. I'm going to be coming in tomorrow, tomorrow to get my dad one. If there's any XLs left by the time I get there,
I think,
But-
yeah,
I'm going to get him one for Christmas as well.
absolutely. I'll be there.
They're sweet.
Looks good.
Yeah, looks
Huh?
great,
Not
dude.
bad.
Looks
Good.
great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw one of these.
I
on
always
my
love that
computer.
maroon and
Dude, look at this.
maroon and gold on
Yeah.
gray too. Like that colorway, something about like this colorway just always looks good to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It still looks 18. What? Okay, thanks, Mark. I don't know if that's a compliment or what that is.
Do I look 18?
Sitting with, I'm 41, graduated in 2000. That's what it is. Yeah. Gray.
Wow. But coming up on an hour here, guys. But we appreciate you for watching. If you haven't already, go down below, give us a thumbs up, give us a smiley face, a like. It helps get more people's eyes on this podcast, more people's eyes on Youngstown Clothing Company. So do that for us. Anything else you want to?
Dude,
This was awesome. I had such a good time with you guys. Keep up the great work.
thank you.
Anytime you guys MLO brother shirt, we get it in.
Dude, we're in.
We
We're
gotta.
in.
I gotta get
After
some
we,
numbers. We gotta
I'm telling
prove that
you.
we can get some people that want a shirt, and then
What's you do a pre-order like you did?
yeah, should totally do
Like a
that.
pre-order.
So the problem is he's gonna go
But we
through all
need
that
to
work.
design
He's
it.
gonna
You
go
guys
through all
got
that
the
work.
following.
He's
I'm
gonna go through all
sure.
that work, and we're gonna get like 2 shirts sold. He's gonna be like, you guys are.
We'll get it. We'll get rid of it.
You're being
Dude,
humble.
Antoine would beat your ass.
He'll wear one.
Yeah, that's a pretty big. He looks like he's been
Oh,
lifting.
yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's-
share that. Hold that picture up.
That's
there.
a
He's big,
Antoine's a
dude.
big
Antoine's
boy.
got a
He's big,
freaking.
dude.
look at him.
Antoine coming on the podcast in January.
Antoine's gonna freaking beat the crap out of you. I just look at him.
Yeah, I'm not like chesting that guy up.
You're think, what?
You know, yeah, I don't think I'm.
What?
I don't think I'm getting in his face.
What? Oh, that's
Not
funny.
getting in his face.
I'm glad he was watching.
But
That's amazing.
Plug.
thank you everybody for watching. Luke, you are leaving on vacation here next week.
Leave it on
So,
a cruise ship.
I am solo on
do you got?
Tuesday and Thursday. On Tuesday, I have Justin Coffin from the 330 Sports Show.
Look, Antoine just said, "I'm really nice."
Look how sweet Anton looks in that picture. And
Yeah, but
got
the
scarf.
and got a scarf.
I love how he puts that picture in front of the picture with him Jack looking like he's gonna kick somebody's ass in the background picture. So like, hey, I'm super nice, but don't fuck with me.
That's amazing.
But next week I have Justin Coffin from the 330 Sports Show. We are going to be doing both of our wives made us watch White Lotus on HBO, and we're going to be doing a White Lotus season breakdown.
Should I watch that?
It's pretty good. It feels like Game of Thrones, where they're on a resort, but there's multiple people at the resort, rich people at the resort, that they do like plot lines on each one of the guests that are at the resort. So it's like multiple plots going on at once.
Not selling me right now.
But it's good. It's pretty solid.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about White Lotus on Tuesday with Justin Coffin from the 330 Sports Show. And then on Thursday, maybe another shirt you can make in the future. The Bocce Bros.
Did you hear the Bocce Bros?
Are coming back on.
I have.
They're coming back on Thursday. Last time they were on was, I think, December 22nd of 2020 of this year or last year. So checking in with them. I think we're going to be drinking in here next Thursday from them texting me. That's what it sounds like. So should be a good time. We're going to be boozing it up. So
and then we're off for Christmas.
And then I don't know if I'm going to get people or if we're going to be off from Christmas to
New Year's,
January 1st.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the game plan. Thank you everyone at home for watching. MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. So if you need a home loan next time you purchase a house, please think of us. We will finance you. My NMLS number is 1949316. Luke, what's yours?
562-548.
So we don't get sued. And go to the mall, check out Youngstown Clothing Company, buy a shirt, support local, and yeah, we'll see you around. Everybody.
Seriously, I'm just going to buy a bunch of clothes now from them.
Just be like the guy.
Yeah, I'm going to be the Youngstown Clothing guy. It's going to be my new thing.
Pretty ugly for a brand.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're an ambassador all day.
Yeah, I'm an ambassador.
Photo shoots, all that.
Ugliest brand ambassador.
What do you do, sir? I'm a plus size model for the Youngstown Clothing Company. I'm that plus size model.
A little big to be a model. Oh, it's the plus size. It's the plus size division.
Double XL looks good.
I'm the plus size model for Youngstown Clothing Company.
Dad bod model. Hey,
love it.
See you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Later.
See ya.
Gonna be in the back, ladies.
What?